So, before I really get into this video, I just want to say that I put lots and lots of hours into this, and I would appreciate it that if you enjoyed the video, you could absolutely slaughter that like button. Please just demolish that shit. Knock it out of the fucking ring. Just fucking annihilate that fucking shit. But actually, though, in all seriousness, I did work really hard on this, and any support would be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's get into it. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was a game released in 2012 that was published by Activision and developed by Treyarch. It came after the highest-selling Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3. It is still seen to this day as the very best Call of Duty experience. It is a very special game to millions of people around the world, me being one of them. Now, it's been 10 years since the original release of the game. Has it stayed as good as we all remember it to be, or has it failed to live up to the high praise that everyone gives it? This video is here to answer those questions, and simultaneously go into depth about what really made this game so good in the first place. Starting off, I'm going to be talking about multiplayer. Black Ops 2 multiplayer is quite possibly the very best multiplayer experience within any Call of Duty title. It's incredibly nostalgic for many people, including myself. With that being said, playing it in 2022, it still felt just as good as it did back in the day. In order to feel as though I've played enough multiplayer to talk about it fairly, I took it upon myself to reach Prestige 1 and to prestige at least one weapon from each main class: snipers, assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, and shotguns. This game's gunplay is honestly unmatched to any other Call of Duties. It felt pretty fair and balanced, and I never really got mad for someone using an overpowered gun. The time to kill is perfect, and the headshot damage multiplier feels right as well. I got quite creamy from the fights I had in this game. It feels very skill-based as well. If you're good at the game, you can absolutely go off and kill everyone, but it still feels very fair and satisfying. Every weapon sounds great and feels great. Playing with Plutonium, the game modes here are actually much more varied than any other platform in the modern day. If you play on the Xbox, you're going to only be able to find Team Deathmatch and maybe a free-for-all. On Plutonium, however, there's Gun Game, Sticks and Stones, One in the Chamber, Domination, Hardcore modes, Team Deathmatch, Free-for-all, Search and Destroy, and even Capture the Flag. All of these game modes are great in their own way. It helps give the game lots of variety, and they all feel different from one another. Additionally, the majority of the lobbies have an 18-player cap, which gets filled up quick, so every game is full of action and goes by really quick. As I said previously, I prestiged one of each weapon from the 5 different main weapon classes. First, I would like to talk about shotguns. I got a taste for all of them here, but my favorite was the KSG. It's a slug-based shotgun that can be used to snipe people if you have enough skill with it. The kills feel very satisfying and quick, and the gun works fast enough to allow for some nice kill chains and kill feeds. Snipers are what people remember the most fondly within this game. I chose to use the DSR, and I loved every second of it. I actually enjoyed it so much that I chose to go out of my way to get gold on it. It has a very, very low hit marker rate, so I know that if I hit a shot, the enemy will perish. Quit scoping with it and just going off feels so fucking good. I had so much fucking fun using this gun. If I had to choose a class of weapon in this game that is overpowered, it's the LMGs. I used the hammer, and holy hot fuck, this thing shreds ass. Grind was a fantastic map to use this gun on. So many spots for me to chill and kill some people, then push up and kill even more. It feels like an assault rifle with a fuckload of ammo. If I shoot first, it's practically a guarantee that I get the kill. I spank motherfuckers when they try to come at me with their BB guns. Assault rifles themselves are all around decent in this game. I know that the Scar H is really good, but I chose the MTAR. It felt right, and it never really felt too over or underpowered. Just felt good. If I had to choose the weakest class of weapons, it would have to be the SMGs. Don't get me wrong, they shred ass close ranged, but anything more than that, you are kinda fucked. I chose the Peacekeeper, and while it is a good weapon, I just feel that the other classes are stronger. But all in all, the weapons here feel pretty balanced for the most part, and just really good. Rather than boring you with details of each map and what makes them good or bad, I'm going to just do a tier list of all the maps in the game. Before I get into that though, I will say the maps in the game are definitely above average in terms of Call of Duty maps, so wherever they are on this tier list isn't really in comparison to any other Call of Duty games, it's really just in comparison to other maps on this game alone. Alright, so I'm just going to do a little derivative thing real quick where I do this tier list, so I'm going to do it pretty quick. So Aftermath sucks, Cargo is decent, Carrier is really good. Cove is great. This is Detour. Detour is fine. Dig is A. That's a great map. Downhill. I think it's a B. Yeah, I'd play it over Detour. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So and then Drone. It's a C. Yeah. Encore, I think, is a B. It's probably above Downhill. And then Express is an A. I'm going to put that there. Frost kind of sucks, honestly, for me. I don't really like it. I know a lot of people do, but I don't, so I'm going to put it in a D. Grind, great map. I really like this map. Actually, I'm going to put it in S. Hijacked is also S. Better than Grind, though. That is... Oh my god. The damn map. What is that? God. Hydro. Hydro is a B. I think it's better than Downhill. But, okay, there you go. Magma is fine. I think it's a C, though. I think it's better than Drone, but not as good as Detour. Meltdown is also a C to me, but I think it's the top of C. Mirage, I think it's a B. It's better than Downhill, but not as good as Hydro. Nuketown is an S, just automatically. I'm going to put it there, though, because I'm not the biggest fan. I think it's good, though. Overflow is honestly A, kind of underrated. The bottom of A, though, I think these maps are better, but, yeah, kind of underrated. Plaza is also A, but I think it's better than Overflow. Pod, I think it gets shit on a little bit too much. It's nothing great, though, so I'm going to just put this in the C, the end of C. Yeah, it's fine. Raid is pretty good. Honestly, I feel like people suck on Raid's cock too much. I'm just going to put it at the beginning of A, if I can do it. There we go. I think it's good. Rush is pretty decent as well. I'm going to put that at the beginning of B. Yeah, that's pretty good. Slums is also B, honestly, but I think it's the top of B, though. It's not quite A for me. If I can get it in there, maybe. Come on, there you go. Standoff is A as fuck. Actually, no, it's S as fuck. Well, it's kind of S. It's at the bottom of S, but it's S. Studio is S, but I'd like it over Standoff. Vertigo is fine. I think it's a B. Probably better than Cargo, but actually still is better than Rush too. Okay. Turbine, I think is C. It's top of C though. I think it's a pretty decent map. I don't hate it, but nothing great. Actually, you know what? Downhill's a C as well, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna put it there. Shit. This is Uplink, the Summit remake. Uplink is, I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, I think it's better than Pod, but it's probably even better than Magma. Yeah, it's probably good. Vertigo is a this is a B map. Yeah, right there. I don't know if I called Takeoff Vertigo, but there's Takeoff, and that's Vertigo. I don't know if I... Okay. Yumen's pretty good as well. I'd give this a B. Yeah, probably top of B. So yeah, that's the tier list. Like I said, this is just Black Ops 2 maps. This isn't looking at any other maps, so this is the hierarchy. But they're all really good. I can say, though, generally, the maps are pretty good. So, yeah. So that's it for this little random segment. The score streaks in this game are great. The reward feels equal to the work done to get there. The care package is honestly an essential, since, in my experience, most of the things that I got were actually of greater value. But they all feel good, powerful enough, but not extremely overpowered. And the Guardian in particular kind of made me gushy in my pants, if you know what I mean. So to conclude multiplayer, I want to say that I had some of the most fun I've had on any Call of Duty in years. The entire time, I was actually just enjoying the fuck out of it. I played it with a couple friends, I also played it by myself a lot as well, and honestly, it was just really fun. And if I had to give it a score, honestly, in terms of Call of Duty multiplayer, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. There was really nothing that was stopping me from giving me a 10 out of 10. The entire time, it was fun, it was rewarding, I didn't ever really get bored. In fact, if I wanted to play a different game, I wouldn't get off of Black Ops 2, because Black Ops 2 would be the one that I would choose over it. I, have a lot of other games that I could be playing, and instead I chose to play a 10-year-old game, even when I finished getting all the footage I needed for this video, and I probably still will play it from time to time in the future. So I can say that without a doubt, it's a 10 out of 10, and if you are looking to play the multiplayer in particular in this game, then go ahead, you can buy the game again if you don't already own it. You can get Plutonium if you have a computer, because I used Plutonium for this entire video, and I can say that Plutonium is fucking awesome. It completely revived the Black Ops 2 community. I mean, there's 1,000 people on there every single day concurrently, and, you'll never really have a problem finding a server. You won't have a problem having fun, and if you don't even want to grind, then there's an unlock all button. You can use whatever you want. There's anti-cheat. I swear this isn't some kind of advertisement for Plutonium, but Plutonium's great. So if you are going to play this game and you have a PC, do it with plutonium. It's honestly amazing, and it helped me relive those memories that I hold so near and dear to my heart from, 10 years ago now. So, anyways, without further ado, I'm going to get into the zombies part now. Before I get into the maps, I want to say the parameters for how I'm going to be considering myself having enough playtime in the map. I have to pack a punch, I have to hit round 20. I'll also be putting all of the maps on a personal tier list in order to show my personal hierarchy of maps within this game. I'll be trying my best to give pros and cons to every map, but the first map I'll be talking about is only cons. Tranzit. Holy hot fucking shit. This map sucks dick and balls. It might go without saying, but this is undoubtedly the worst zombies map in the game and could very well be the worst in the series. Whilst playing this map, I couldn't stop thinking that I'd rather be setting off a bear trap with my nutsack. I genuinely cannot think of a single redeeming quality found within this map. First of all, an issue with this game as a whole, until Mob of the Dead, is the buildables. So you're telling me I have to grab each individual part and then put them on the buildables table one by one? Are you fucking my ass without any lube? And don't even get me started about the fucking Avogadro. You're telling me I can be trying to do power and the bus will just leave my ass and I'm stranded in buttfuck nowhere? Oh, for sure, I'll just run to the next area. Oh wait, the fucking denizens! Oh shit, the box moved, time to go and run across the entire goddamn continental United States, and I haven't even fucking mentioned the lava yet. Getting Pack-a-Punch on this map is just a giant kick in the nuts that is so fucking unforgiving. It just really pisses me off. I couldn't even do this in solo. I had to get my buddy Calvin to help me, and it still made me want to rip my teeth out one by one. Once we finally made it to round 20, I killed myself almost right away because I wanted to play the map so little. This map is an absolute heap of steaming garbage, and I have genuinely nothing but cons to list off about it. This is going in the trash tier on my tier list. Nuketown Zombies. I feel this map as a whole was pretty average. The first little quirky aspect is that the perks in the Pack-a-Punch drop every few rounds at random locations around the map. This is kinda cool to see in game and definitely adds to the challenge, but this means that there's a chance you don't get Jug until fucking round 20. Round 20? You get smacked 2 times and you're down and out, so 20 rounds for Jug is pretty fucking ridiculous. I played this map with Calvin and another friend of mine. While the early rounds were fun and it was pretty simple, once we got to about round 18, we just kept downing over and over almost every single round because there really aren't any good training spots. The map as a whole is pretty cramped, and the only 2 wonder weapons available are the ray gun and the ray gun Mark II. While they are effective, ammo becomes a real issue in the early 20s. Despite this, I certainly didn't want to rip out my pubic hairs and brand my taint as much as I did whilst playing Transit. I think it'd be fair to give this map a C on my tier list.
Watch, I'm gonna fucking hit it, it's gonna be the bear again. Second in a row, bro. Second time in a row.
Oh fuck.
What happened? Were you guys on top of that thing? Are you that dumb? It only has 2 layers. I'm sorry. I wish you guys knew that.
Dude, where are they, by the way? They're just not here.
I know. That's one of the best features of this map, is not being able to progress.
It's so true.
What a classic feature of Die Rise, where you just can't
Stuck. It's one of the best things about it.
Die Rise. This map can choke on a fat cock and die. Where the fuck do I even start with this absolute pile of rancid shit of a map? The elevator system is fucking ridiculous. The perks are random and sit in the elevators. You can see Jug just straight up leave your floor and you're doomed to just stand there and wait for it to come back. The Pack-a-Punch is in a fucking elevator too, so you can put your gun in it and the elevator can just straight up take your gun with it. You can really only get around the map one singular way, meaning that if you want to get to the mystery box and you just left it, you have to go through the entire godforsaken map to get back to it. You have to use the elevators to get back to the top of the map, and you have to wait for them every time unless you get lucky. If your friend goes down across the map from you, you have to hope and pray the elevators are on your side so you can go and revive them. My favorite feature of the map is how it prevents you from progressing. When I was playing with Calvin, we were stuck on round 5 for a good 5 minutes just waiting for the zombies to show up. On round 16, I randomly lost my I can't talk apparently. I randomly lost access to my sliquifier. Let me try and okay, never fucking mind. I guess you'll just fucking kill it. Now I can switch to the sliquifier.
Good job.
We're gonna do it then.
What is this? I'm just so fucking confused. How does that happen? We passed the round and oh, now I can fucking use the sliquifier. Oh, now I can switch to it. Okay, for sure. And while it is a great weapon, this is genuinely the worst possible map it could have been on. It makes you slip around, making it way too damn easy to fall off the map. It introduced Who's Who, which allows you to come revive yourself if you get down, and then you can still keep your perks if you manage to do it. I mean, it's fine, but it's pretty shit in comparison to perks that were added in the future. I had absolutely no fun whilst playing this, and it did nothing but piss me off. When getting around the map is an actual chore, then it ruins my entire experience. This map is total shit, so I'll be putting this in the trash tier along with Tranzit. Mob of the Dead. Well, I want to begin talking about this map by saying that I had little to no prior knowledge of what to do in order to get basic things such as Pack-a-Punch. However, I feel that it's best I didn't have prior knowledge, because it allowed me to really experience the full map for the first time without any type of nostalgia getting in the way. You see, I typically see the same narrative about this map being put everywhere nowadays. It's praised like it's a God-given map that's going to save humanity, and I'm here to say, it's not that. Is it a good map? Yes. Does it have a good setting? Yes. Is it better than the maps that came before it in Black Ops 2? Yes. Is it perfect? No. In fact, I think it's far from perfect. While I did enjoy the time I spent playing this map, it certainly was a lot more enjoyable than the previous maps in Black Ops 2. I guess I just don't get the hype. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely a really good map, but best zombies map of all time? In my opinion, fuck no. I love the more complicated maps that require some learning in order to survive, especially when that process is fun. Mob of the Dead does it in a way that is genuinely pretty fun. There's 5 different Pack-a-Punch parts to collect, and they all have different challenges associated with them. Going to the Pack-a-Punch area is really fun, and it's really cool to see zombies... And it's really cool to see something like the Golden Gate Bridge in Zombies. And to get back to the island, you essentially kill yourself and revive yourself back in the prison, which is also really cool. The Lundergat is a really good wonder weapon. The afterlife system is forgiving for the most part. Unlocking certain things with power and trying to use your afterlives in the best way is a nice little challenge as well. The Tommy gun is a pretty good gun to get off the wall in Pack-a-Punch, serving some decent damage in the earlier rounds. The Hell's Retriever is pretty simple to get and also pretty effective and fun. The overall layout of the map was slightly confusing at first, but once I got the hang of it, I knew it like the back of my cock. So I can definitely say this map has some good qualities, including the aesthetic, but I have 3 issues with the map. 1, it's that MO becomes a pretty serious issue eventually, with there being a lack of some kind of dog round that gives you them. 2, Brutus being the zombie boss is mostly fair, but it can be a real ammo hog. 3 is the lack of good training spots, causing me to run around the map like a jackass, scrambling away from the zombies and praying that the gondola is there when I get to it. Now, these issues don't ruin the map for me, far from it, but I certainly think that the map might be just a tad overrated. I think people really think it's such a good map because it came right after 2 of the worst maps of all time, so this map seemed like creaming your pants while on heroin in comparison to the stomping your balls till they pop nature of the maps preceding it. But I would still definitely give this map an A. It's replayable, it's challenging, and most importantly, it's fun. Buried. Buried is a map that was significantly easier than any of the other maps in the game. And when I say significantly easier, I mean this game basically bottle-feeds you the entire time. While playing it with Calvin, his first box hit he got the ray gun Mark II, and my first box hit I got the paralyzer. Now, Calvin pointed this out to me before, and I didn't really believe him. He told me that the box luck on different maps is actually different. Some maps having shit boxes that give you a finger up your asshole and a rubbed raw nipple, and other maps having boxes that essentially bend over with juicy Gorilla Grip bussies waiting to be creamed upon. And by that, I mean some boxes suck and other boxes are great. In the other maps, Tranzit and Die Rise specifically, we spent most of our time trying to get a gun that wasn't total dog shit, but in Buried, it was incredibly easy. In fact, the map as a whole is incredibly easy. You get points for basically doing anything, and most of the places that you go are unlocked for free by this stupid, dumbass, fucking total moron Leroy, who will sprint in the direction you call. Will sprint in the direction you tell him by giving him either alcohol or candy. This map introduced the perk Vulture Raid, which, while pretty useful on this map, I feel not really too amazing of a perk, but at least it's the best introduced in Black Ops 2. Maybe Electric Cherry's close, but yeah. The map has a whole bunch of dig sites all over the place to go through to get to where you to get you where you need to go. The entire theme is 1800s, which is pretty nice aesthetically. The Pack-a-Punch is opened automatically, but to get there you have to avoid the witches who will take your points every time they hit you and spawn infinitely. They're annoying, but it's not really too much to complain about because if you kill enough of them you can get a free perk, and also the map kinda needs some challenge in order for it to be of any entertainment. Overall, I found the map to be pretty good and pretty fun, and I would put it in the A tier along with Mob of the Dead. Origins. This map really laid out the blueprints for Black Ops 3 Zombies. I believe Black Ops 3 to be the best zombies experience out of any of the Call of Duty games, and this map fits right in there. While going into it, I wasn't exactly looking forward to it, because I remember it being very stressful and I would get mad on it. However, on my first try I got to round 25 and was able to upgrade to the Ice Staff. This setup took me about an hour because of how annoying the ice staff part spawns can be, so I didn't even get the staff until about round 15. I will say, even though I was skeptical going in, I did enjoy it for the most part. Playing it now with the knowledge of modern zombies and Black Ops 3 in particular, I think that it holds up the best of any Black Ops 2 map. The mud is really the only annoying part, and I see the BO3 map Horizon Drop to be ultimately superior. This is still easily an S tier map. It is pretty difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it gets pretty fun as well as satisfying. I also see a lot of people complain about the Panzers, but truly, I didn't really find them to be too difficult. I got the first one out with the MP40 with pretty much no problem. So, in conclusion, Black Ops 2 Zombies, in my opinion, sees the absolute lowest point in zombies at that time in the series, but also the height, with 2 just atrocious maps in a row at the beginning. But it did get better, and it has a few classics still. But knowing now what zombies became in BO3, I would give this Zombies a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origins really saved the zombies from being terrible, but I'm glad that it did make a comeback within the DLCs. So, before I get into the campaign, I'm gonna give the final verdict here. I'm not going to include the campaign in my final score because honestly I couldn't be fucked to play that far into it. Black Ops 2 is seen as a classic in many respects. It paved the way for future Call of Duty titles at the time, while simultaneously surpassing many of them. The multiplayer is really the selling point here, with it being an absolute delight to play every time I hop into it. It feels rewarding, satisfying, and honestly more balanced than almost any other Call of Duty game. The zombies, while getting off to a rocky start, did end up getting better towards the end, and it still holds up reasonably well for the most part. With all of that in mind, I can comfortably give Black Ops 2 a 9 out of 10 in 2022. It's overall very satisfying and fun to come back to it even 10 years later, and I would happily play it over many modern titles. What do you think of Black Ops 2 in 2022? I would like to have a discussion about this, so let me know what you think about in the comments. Now, I'm going to get into the campaign. I went through about half of it and quit because I didn't really find too much enjoyment within it, unfortunately. Plus, most people going back to the game nowadays are really there for the zombies multiplayer, so I found it unfair to really base the game on the campaign. So, honestly, I was going to talk more about the campaign. I write a lot for these videos, to really get my points across, things to remember and such. And for the campaign section, I just kind of wrote, a fuckload of shit, and honestly, I don't know anybody who's really gonna watch through that. I just really explain what's going on. I will say that one of the missions had a drone section that pissed me off. Really there's not a whole lot to say about the campaign. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of based off the Black Ops 1 campaign, and but if I'm really gonna understand the campaign, I'd have to play the Black Ops 1 campaign first, and probably even the World at War campaign. So, I can't really say if it's bad, and I can't really say if it's amazing. I can say that it was decent enough for what I played, but I really did kind of just get bored with it. That's why I never really, finished it off, and that's why I don't really have a lot to say about it, because I don't want to bore you with the details of the campaign. So really I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here. If you're interested in me rambling for half of the Zombies campaign, then I don't know, let me know in the comments. Or did I say Zombies campaign? Half the Black Ops 2 campaign. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Anyway, it was fine. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really did work fucking hard on it, so if you did enjoy, please leave a like, maybe pop a subscribe. I'm planning on doing more content in the future about zombies in particular. I have some things recorded already for that. Maybe some live commentary things, maybe some retrospective videos such as all my other videos. I put a lot of time into this video. I'm sorry for it being so late, but I hope that it met your expectations. I know this video really isn't as long as I thought it was going to be. It's not really short either. I think it's probably going to be one of my longer videos, but it is what it is. So thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next week for my album video on Wolf by Tyler the Creator. Thank you. Thank you.